Hello, everybody.
I'm dying.
Hello.
Hey. Welcome to Shiny Racing. Today we have some special guests.
Big special
We have-
episode.
The light of our life,
Oh, Lord.
Tiny.
He is my
And then
bike.
Pack.
Hello.
And then Pack.
And then Pack's, he's playing Monster Hunter,
I'm killing him.
so he's gonna be a bit distracted
He
today.
is not.
Today we're gonna Shiny Race more. Raisin, how are you feeling today?
His couch is very full.
It is a very full
We need
couch.
to
Very tight.
we need to close up on our circle of friends. We need to.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot
close
here
up.
super
No.
fast.
You need a bigger couch.
It is true.
Son, where am I gonna put a bigger couch?
That's for you to figure out.
It's like the perfect size to the desk. It's as big as
Oh,
I
you
can get.
go a little
Get
bit
rid of
more.
your desk.
I'm just
Get
here
rid
to,
of the desk.
I'm just here to give you the idea.
Oh goodness.
We're still hunting
Or knock out that
Squirtle.
wall.
No, I would if I could.
So we are
When
still.
my brother moved out, I was originally gonna do that.
We're still hunting Squirtle.
Yes,
Where's Hill?
still
Who
on
got it
Squirtle.
first? Nobody?
I think we're gonna get it on this one. We've
Think
already
so?
got a shiny Bulbasaur and a shiny Charmander.
Look at it. Oh, sorry.
It's not
Nice,
shiny.
nice try.
That's
Nice try to be a prophet, but you're not.
They say you're a prophet,
But I say
and we
no.
say no.
I'm trying to give you the good.
The good.
The good.
The good
good
vibes,
views.
sending good vibes our
Good
way.
something.
Good shinies.
You're here to bring in like female audience.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yes, our female audience is at 11% right now. Let's get it up to a 12 now that Tiny's here.
I'm gonna have.
And he's single.
Single? Yeah, he's single.
Oh, God.
Women, go find him and text him.
Go
Go find him.
Find him.
me.
Subscribe and you'll find him faster.
His address is.
I'm very good at being
This-
avoiding people.
This is
so-
where like you would do a cut and like do a little bleep and make it sound like I said the address.
Okay,
Thank you.
I can do that. Your mouth won't be moving at all.
Good.
It'll just be.
The address is completely silent.
Oh.
Tiny, who's gonna get the shiny first?
Probably Drew.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
He's a Drew fan on the.
No, you just have terrible luck.
Yeah.
I do not.
He has good shiny luck
The
actually.
sandcastle.
He got the
Alright,
first two
you
shinies
know what?
before me.
We don't need to talk about the sandcastle. Okay, we don't need to talk about Sandy
You
Gas.
gotta prove a point though.
Pookie, who do you think's gonna get the shiny
Do
first?
you murder all these Squirtles after you hatch them?
No, we just
I
put them in the
released
box
them
forever.
into the wild.
Release them into the vial. The
Vial.
wild and
Yeah, there's a little vial. We
and
put them all in.
destabilize the
It's like-
Squeeze them
population.
in.
It's like the ghost catcher thing from Danny Phantom. We just
A soup container.
suck them up.
Does anyone even use those things anymore for like soup?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Danny Fan
What, a
thing. I was like,
thermos?
somebody
It's the
used
same.
those?
Yeah, thermos. That's what he uses.
Thermos.
Except instead of soup,
Stat.
he uses it to catch ghost.
I'm sure that people still use thermoses. For soup.
I don't think people eat soup anymore.
Why are you trying to sound all cool now?
What?
Your voice went down like 2 octaves.
His voice has always been like
You need to
that.
speak up. That way the mic can hear
My
you.
voice.
Yeah, stop
is
sounding-
Stop
Hey!
sounding cool.
You,
not.
you came in like, hello!
Lord, it's me, Teeny.
I'm teeny.
Teeny wee!
Teeny weeny.
Oh goodness, but hey, what are we gonna talk
When
about?
he turns
today?
into Batman.
Today we're gonna talk about how we met these two.
Oh, dear
Idiots.
We're gonna go to Tiny first.
Oh,
But
gosh.
before we get to how we met, we are going to talk
What
about.
is that guy looking at?
What guy?
What?
That guy, he just standing there with his hands on his
This
hips,
guy,
just
he's like, that's a good view right there.
Look at that rock.
I own this rock.
That's a nice rock. Before we get to the topic of how we met
Ooh, I'm
each
writing.
other, we're going to talk about your lives before we all met.
Your depressing lives before you met the
They
happiness
were
that
pretty
is us.
depressing. Yeah.
So, Tiny, what do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
Like, as you were a child, when you were growing
As I
up.
was a child growing up.
A wee child, a wee baby.
Tell us
little
about
baby.
your life
wee
before
lad.
I was
us.
very wee.
Very wee.
Very wee.
I was a much wee boy.
He was very hyper.
I was a very hyper, little small child with glasses.
Small child with glasses.
It's a good way to describe yourself.
Yes. yes. No, I was a sheltered little child.
Any like fun stories to go along with that?
No,
for example,
Just sheltered.
For example, my
Uh,
story was me failing a grade.
That's when you met us.
Well, that was before.
Your failure led to your biggest success.
Me and Raisin talked about elementary and our lives in that process.
Oh,
Like
yes.
we talked about when we were in daycare and how Raisin was like a bully.
What?
A shy bully.
What?
You were a shy bully.
You were on a seesaw with a kid and you got off and the other kid fell to his death.
Oh
Not
gosh.
to his death. What the heck?
Man,
His child death.
Man just cried and I
Man
went to go
straight up-
hide in like a
straight
little
up
dog.
died.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
it's fine, dude.
I'm trying to remember any stories from before.
I probably could have gave you a better heads
Let's
up.
see. When I was in Mrs. Goodman's class in second grade, I stole candy off their desk, and they couldn't.
Goodman.
Good man.
They couldn't
keep
find.
your volume
Like,
down.
Sorry.
they couldn't find the culprit for the longest time, but eventually I ratted myself out, and I got in trouble.
How did they know
did
candy
just
was
now.
missing?
It was on her desk, and then I stole it, and she was like, "Who stole such and such's candy?" And then no one said anything.
Wait, was the candy for someone else?
Yeah, it's for somebody else. I took it off her desk.
you
And
are
apparently
you are
she
a
was
vile child.
Yeah, that was
You bad weenie.
when I had Matthew Phipps in my class. He was a character.
Ooh, the name.
Kalen Klein and Matthew Phipps.
Oh,
You've never
dude,
seen-
yes.
Oh, not the name
I
drops.
thought you were about to.
When I failed a grade, I was so upset because I thought I was going to be stuck in Kaylin's class. So I'm so glad he left before I did.
Matthew Phipps was every time Matthew Phipps got any attention, that was the prime moment for me to take something of his because he
Oh my
was
God.
always so sad.
Why would you with me?
He was
Wait,
always
so you used his depression
Yes.
against him?
Wow.
he was always so sad, and then there would be like a cool pencil on the desk. I'd be like, "Hey, you want that?" And he would be like, "No," as he was crying and just getting his pencil.
Good lord.
Wow, Tiny, you were
You are
a horrible child.
horrible.
Horrible
God.
human.
That was in like 5th grade though. 4th grade, I don't remember.
5th grade.
Oh, goodness.
That's
We were with you in 5th grade.
no, we were with him in 6th grade.
6th grade.
We weren't with him in
Oh,
5th grade.
goodness.
Horrible.
And that was when Mrs. Ellis is still there.
Oh,
That was when
I hated
Kaylin
Miss
Klein
Ellis.
and Mrs. Ellis.
I've
got
already
into
talked
it.
plenty about Miss Ellis and how she shouldn't have been a teacher at all.
Well, she got fired, so.
And every parent at that school agreed that she should not have been teaching in the first place. But you know, the school will take anyone because they're working for cheap.
Yeah.
So
They are. Yeah, Caitlin Klein told Mrs. Ellis that she's a straight up liar. Right to her face.
What a
what was she like
I
lying
think-
about? Quote unquote.
50
I
health.
think that
Huh?
she
Oh, I thought you were
caught
talking about this.
Oh, no.
she
I'm not
thought
paying attention to
she
you.
Yes.
caught him doing something or whatever, and he wasn't doing that or something like that, and so she went around and told our homeroom teacher, which I think was Miss I can't remember our 4th grade teacher's name, but told our teacher, and so they had a talk about it,
Mine's recording, right?
and then
Okay, just making sure.
and then she was like, Caleb, you need to go talk to Mrs. Ellis and tell her or whatever about what you did. And he was like, I didn't do that. And she's like, so you're calling Mrs. Ellis a liar? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I bet you won't go do that to Mrs. Ellis' face. She was like, okay. He got up, walked out, went to Mrs. Ellis' room and was like,
Hey,
I didn't do
you're
what
a
you said
liar.
I did. You're lying. And he walked back in.
Oh my
What a
god.
champion.
So what happened after that? Do you know?
I don't know if I haven't after that, but
He just
it was,
disappeared.
It was,
I wish I could have
he,
seen
he
that.
got in trouble, I'm pretty sure, still.
Even after being so honest.
He could have just said the teacher told him to say it.
That is true.
Oh, that is true.
Because I mean,
Those
that
two-
was a taunt right there.
Those two were, oh my goodness. Kaylin Klein and Matthew Phipps were
You are
characters.
I didn't realize how horrible of a child you were back then.
That was like, I did that
Stealing.
like maybe 5 times.
Stealing and using
5
depression
times.
against
5
people.
times.
That was like once in each grade. Like it wasn't like a consistent thing I did.
You know what story that I remember about? You told me the story before we met, and I loved it so much. It was like you and Noah, and like you had like a pencil,
Oh yeah, the pencil
a
that shot
mechanical
stuff.
pencil.
Yeah, so it was this pencil and it had a little eraser that you stuck in it, and it was like so you could like change them out or whatever.
Yeah.
This is like a fancy one, and whenever you pressed it, it would lock in place, and there was a button you pressed to like eject the eraser
Eraser.
out. Well, it was super powerful because we had worn down the eraser so much, so it like literally shot like a pellet going almost like at your face.
What the heck?
Well, Noah
Can I
and
see where
I
this
were
is
literally
going?
just like shooting each other in the back left corner of Mrs. Horn's class, like one day, like all day long. And finally, Noah, we were like kind of chilling out a little bit, and Noah grabbed it, and he was about to actually start doing work. He actually pressed the button and shot himself in the eyeball. and freaked out, and then we both lost it. And we were dying laughing.
Sounds like
And
Noah.
Mrs. Horn was like, "Okay, I've had enough." She literally said, "Noah, stand up." Took his desk, dragged it across the floor to the other side of the room
Because he got poked in the eye with a pencil.
because we were causing so much commotion. So she separated us, and we never got to sit beside each other. Oh God!
Oh, I love
I
that
would
so
have
much.
loved to seen that.
That is so funny.
Oh my word!
Oh my gosh.
Me and Noah did so much interesting things.
Go on.
That's the word.
Is that a fish monster you're fighting?
What? Yeah, it's Blesioff. He has the legendary hip check.
Interesting.
Here it is. Hip check.
Wow.
All right.
That's what he's known for.
It looks like a bass.
It is a giant
With
fish,
a-
but it swims in the sand.
That is so cool. Though.
And
I
deer
love that
God.
design.
Keegan, oh Lord! Keegan.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
what stories do you have about Keegan?
Oh, I don't. Man, I haven't thought about him in forever.
Okay. Is that it?
Anyways,
Yep.
continue.
I can't.
So you just remembered him and then nothing about him.
Man, I remember him forever.
So I haven't thought about him in forever. Oh goodness.
Back, what about you?
The only story I can think of Keegan is one we all know about, but I can't really say it on camera.
Yeah, probably don't go to that story
I think
then.
we should.
Gotta behave.
Yeah, we gotta tell rated G stories on here.
Oh.
Pookie, what about your life before you met us?
I can't really tell those stories.
Okay, well,
You got it.
I don't think
think
I
of
don't
a.
think we thought this one out, Drew.
No, you didn't think
Is
this
there
one out.
any rated G stories that involving your
You were
childhood?
in, like, elementary
Involving my
school, you had to
childhood?
be.
Yeah, before you met us. So this
Before
is like
ninth
elementary.
Oh, there was this. I can't remember the kid's name, but there was this kid. I would think it was 4th grade. It was a long time ago, and he was also a military kid like me. So he would travel every year to new schools. He was really dumb, and I discovered this when we were drawing.
You
with-
discovered how dumb he was.
yeah, you'll see. When we were drawing with crowns, and
Crowns?
Drawing with what?
crowns.
Crowns.
What?
Crayons? Crayons. However you say
Do
it.
you always say it as
Crayons.
crowns?
I always say it's
Are you
crowns.
the one with a crown on your head?
I too am dumb.
The dummy thing of the dummy.
Try to join the military. As well.
Yeah. So we were drawing. He's like, "Hey, are you using that crayon?"
The crayon.
I almost said crowns again. And I was like, "No." And so I handed it to him, and he takes it from me, and he peels off the wrapper on it, or the
Oh, the little paper thing.
paper thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he takes a bite of it.
Ah! Eats a crayon.
What? How old was he? Do you know?
This is 4th grade. Like I said, I don't.
Oh
I
my
don't
god,
remember.
that's kind of late to be
So-
eating crayons.
It's like
Yeah.
7, right?
Yeah. So I sat there and I didn't say anything, by the way. I watched him just bite after bite.
You gonna eat that?
No,
Want some?
no. When he finished it, I looked at him. I was like, "Is it good?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you have any more?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I need to use them." I was so tempted to give him my whole box that I had, but then I realized that's probably not a good idea.
What color was it?
I think it was yellow that he ate.
Ugh.
That had to
The
be like
worst
the
color.
worst flavor.
That's the worst flavor.
What do you mean they all taste
They're all
bad?
the
They're
same.
wax.
They're wax.
No,
I
like
didn't know crowns.
color dye.
Crayons have
They're
flavors.
different colors. Like they're different tastes.
That's not how
That
that
one
works.
tasted like lemon wax.
Dude, when I have green dye in anything, I have diarrhea. But like blue dye.
Why are
doesn't-
you eating green crayons?
It's not crayon. It's like sherbet ice cream. You know that from
Is
the beach.
that why at the beach
Yeah.
the toilet turned green?
That's
or
why.
whatever?
Hey,
Oh.
everybody.
Oh,
And I made sure to tell everybody and show everybody. I was amazed how green it was.
come look
Whoa,
at my
you
green
gotta come look
turd.
at my crap, dude.
Like it was so. It was like a
Oh,
neon
speaking
green.
of crap.
It was like glowing. It was like a
Get
Hulk
poop
turd.
story.
Got a poop
no.
story.
Oh, look at this.
Speaking of crap.
This was when I was in 2nd grade, and we always like, you know how we always had to like line up to go to the bathroom? It's so stupid. Well,
Yeah.
well, I had to go in there, and it was some kid from some other class was literally in there, bawling his eyes out, emptying poop out of his underpants into the sink.
Oh no! No,
He-
not in the
He
sink.
pooped his pants, and he was dumping the giant ball of poop into the sink.
Oh no!
Wow. There wasn't a toilet available?
While just sobbing.
That is a school nightmare right there.
That is.
I just walked into the stall. I was like, I'm gonna just do my thing and get out of here. It's fucking terrible.
That poor child.
Crying, emptying his poop in the sink.
What a mood.
Why do you want to dump it?
What a mood. That is your mood,
What a
Raisin.
mood. That's my mood.
That is your mood. most of
Dumping
the
loads
time.
into the sink. That's a Raisin mood.
Picture
I
me
can't
doing
have
it.
two different meanings.
Sliding it off the
I did not expect that one.
I did not expect any of these
As you
conversations.
leave the bathroom, don't forget to wash your hands. Just a turd right
Oh,
there.
yeah, I would hate to be sitting beside that kid in class. If I saw that, I'm like, please don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't associate with me.
I don't know you. You're the poop kid now.
Oh,
And also
no.
distinctively remember in second grade when I went blind.
Wait, how'd you go blind?
Like when I started to need glasses, I was fine. It was really weird. I was fine, like like pretty much all the way through, like till like halfway through the second grade.
Uh-huh.
And we came back to school that Monday, whatever. And I literally it was like a night and day. Like it just happened like overnight. I couldn't
That's
see.
so weird.
I couldn't see the board anymore. I was like, Mrs. Phillips, I literally cannot see what you're writing up there. So I went the whole day without being able to see anything on the board.
Damage.
How
And
did
then-
it...
After that, we went
How does
to the
that happen?
I have
just
no
overnight?
idea. But like, it wasn't even nearly as bad. Like I was able to read everything until like that day, and I couldn't read anything anymore. I turned nearsighted.
Did you like sleep on your eyeballs or
I have
something?
no idea what happened.
What?
And I literally woke
Like
up
I'm
in
just
school,
picturing his face down, like
and I couldn't see.
maybe
the
maybe there was like
eyeballs.
2 pencils just sticking up, and he was just laying casually on them.
Ouch.
Ah.
That is so weird.
After that,
Something crawled into your eye while you were sleeping.
After that,
That'd
I
be
couldn't
creepy.
see close or far away anymore.
I cried when I had to get glasses.
I used to wear glasses.
We know.
Like,
They don't.
Oh.
yeah, the viewers don't know anything really about any of us. Most.
And then I got surgery on my 18th birthday, and
Nice.
now I can't see when I'm outside because the sun burns my eyes.
Yep. See now,
So nothing's changed.
every time you're outside, you're wearing
I
glasses.
have to wear glasses. I remember when Drew asked me, he's like, "Why do you always wear glasses? Do you think you're cool?" I'm like, "No, I actually can't see, Drew. It burns my eyes." And he's like, "Oh, that
Well,
sucks."
At least aviators are cooler looking than like these. You know.
I think
Oh.
you look cool.
They were like
You look cool now.
They were the first ones that I got. I just got them from a gas station for like $5. I've had them for like 5 years now.
Sick.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Like when I had to get glasses, it was the year I failed a grade, so I was already unhappy that I had to repeat a grade. But also, I had started getting acne. I had a freaking
Oh.
bowl cut. My mom's like,
the bowl cut.
I
my
remember
mom's
the
like,
bowl
you need to
cut.
get braces, and
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
and I told her I'm not getting braces. You're not putting them on me.
I will fight you to the ends of the earth.
I was already full class nerd looking kid, and I'm like, braces will complete it. I'm like, no, I will stay at 90%
You
nerd.
just need the.
I remember the bowl cut. We all had bowl cut.
You
The
just-
I had
bowl
bowl
cut
too.
lasted for so long.
You just need an inhaler.
But like I
and
had so much.
complete-
The reason I had a bowl cut is I had so much acne on my forehead, and I didn't want people to look at it. So like, I had my hair down, and like there was a rule where your hair had to be cut over the eyebrows.
Yeah,
if
it
it
had
was
to be
past the
above the
eyebrows, you had to
eyebrows.
cut it. So it was just a straight line, all above the eyebrows.
Yep.
And that's why I had the bowl cut for that long.
Wait, we couldn't wear
Like
hats.
me
at
and my
school, right?
Bieber, my Bieber cut.
Your Bieber cut,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh goodness.
We love that.
No, I regret that now because every time I played sports, I couldn't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
it
was
had
like, I was always like flipping my
Flipping
hair,
your
getting
hair.
crap out of my
Always have to swoop
eyeballs.
it.
I couldn't
So
play
prissy.
basketball, even though I sucked at basketball. But
it is not a sport cut to have.
no, it is not at all.
No, it is not.
What was I gonna say? There was a story I was thinking of involving you, but now I can't remember it.
Oh.
I don't want to sneeze. That would have been loud.
I can't remember if it was the 6th grade or like 4th
Your
or 5th
sneezes
grade,
are
but
not loud.
when Noah Cahoon
Your sneezes.
was messing around with the giant
I don't wanna
giant
do it.
volleyball we had in the changing room when we were split up.
I remember that
And
thing.
he popped it, and everyone was like, "It's Noah's fault." He kept saying, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Yes, it is."
Wait, what?
We had done so much to that ball, but it popped while he had it.
Well, he had it.
So it was
He had
his
a
fault.
Giant nail in it.
Yep.
Yeah, dude,
And
I
we kept
completely
blaming
forgot
him
about
for it.
that.
I felt bad about that afterwards.
We played. Let you.
blamed him for everything. And then Noah constantly getting hit in the balls.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That poor child.
Oh my goodness.
I hope he's okay.
He's probably not.
He's probably doing drugs somewhere.
Well, let's not think that. Maybe he's just happy working at McDonald's somewhere.
Wow, that's worse.
He's McLoving it.
Shut up.
He's McDepresso.
McLoving.
McLoving it.
Depresso.
I miss you, Noah, if you're watching
miserable.
McDepresso.
this. McDepresso.
We could probably move to when they met us.
Well, do
That
you guys
was-
have
Unless
any?
they didn't have any more interesting
Do
stories.
you guys have any more stories that you guys can remember before us?
That you'd like
Before
to
we get to
share?
us meeting each
Ones that I can share.
other. Ones that you can share, yes.
Yes.
That was a crit.
You were a crip?
No,
Tell us about that.
I said that was a crit. It was a 1K crit. That was pretty good. Oh man.
I'm trying to remember.
We
Oh, I
talked about how you broke
Oh.
a lot of bones.
I tried to do BMX when I lived in Arizona.
Oh yeah? How did that go?
That didn't work out.
I can't really
I
picture you doing that.
couldn't even make it over the hill.
Yeah, I can't
was
imagine you
bad,
doing
my
anything
God.
physical.
Well, I was young and I tried to go over for the first time. I was like, this is gonna be so cool, and I just slid down and busted my entire left leg. I wanted to go home right after.
Yeah, I can't imagine you doing anything physical.
Says you.
Yes. I did say that.
Of all the lazy people,
What do you mean, lazy people?
you are extremely
He's
lazy.
Right now we are all the
He's
same.
working
Okay.
with me now, so he's not as lazy.
I work with him now.
Well, that must be
Actually-
fun.
It's not.
Considering everyone on this couch, we all do physical work except you.
No, I've done physical work.
You know what he told me?
Mr. Sitting the
You
booth
know
on
what
your
he
phone
told
all
me?
day
Go
long.
ahead and
I
tell
don't
him.
do that all day
Go
long.
ahead and tell him.
Hey, you know what he told me today? He told me the most physical work you do.
Wait. Clarification before that, so they understand. We were. You sent a group chat, or you sent a message in the group chat that was like, "I'm like so sore." And at first we
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
at first we were thinking about you talking about work.
Like, why is he so at work? Like, what's he doing? And he says, the most physical work you do at your job is you lift your switch.
Actually, it's my
Like, how hard is it to do this to play games?
Actually, it's my Xbox, but all right.
Oh.
No, I used to. Before I actually met you guys, and a few years after, I actually worked for Pike Electricity, which was a contractor for Duke, putting down pipes and all that.
In 5th grade.
I don't remember that.
Before
yeah,
you
Mount
met
Holly.
us.
Before, no, I'm sorry. After I met you guys, not before. Sorry.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah,
The
I used to
physical
do. I
stuff.
used to do a lot of that, and then I actually eventually quit due to the fact that management was actually really bad, and they were cutting pay for a lot of the workers, and
That in itself is
I
a
wasn't-
very annoying job to
yeah,
have.
it was a really bad job.
My work doesn't
My
pay me.
I was actually making like 27 an hour. I was making 27 an hour, and they were gonna cut pay down
Watch it or you
to.
won't get paid.
They were gonna cut pay down to $20 an hour. I was like, that was $7 whole. I was like, no,
That's a big cut.
it is a big cut.
I mean,
so-
$20 is good to be making early on, but like,
Yeah. Well, it's construction work, so you're always gonna make
What?
a lot of money. But
not every construction job.
well, contractors.
My
for,
first
contractors
construction
for
job.
Duke. Well, I got in through
Okay.
I got in through Pike because when I used to go to church, somebody was like, I wouldn't even say a CEO. It's hot. On my back sweaty, and they were friends with my mom. So she's like, hey, talk to this guy, and you can get a job. And I was like, all right. So I got the job from him, and I started out with great pay. But 2 months in, they're like, hey, we're gonna cut everybody in this division's pay. And I was like, no, bye. So that's what happened. But yeah, I used to do really hard physical work. And now I just play games all day and count trucks.
My first construction job, they started me off at bare minimum, like $750.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and I was working 55 hours a week,
Oh,
lifting
my
like
God.
super heavy stuff, and I was so out of shape. So out of shape. I was like dying every single week, and that went on for like a full year. I don't know why I stayed there as long as I did. But it was the only job that would hire me at that time.
You making fun of Drew?
No.
Why are you making fun of me?
Well,
I was so
Making fun of
miserable.
him.
You said you were dying every week, and I just went,
Oh.
At least you're making way more. You're making double what I started off.
How much are you making right now?
15.
Huh? I thought you
15
made a lot more.
an hour.
You're making like 20 plus, 25 an hour. So
Well,
you
he's co-owner.
So you almost made, yeah. Well, you're co-owner. See,
And I started like a month.
so I'm making 18 hours. So you you should in a few months you should be up there. So
Well,
you're making
Raisin,
good money.
Raisin isn't experienced. He's slowly learning.
That's why I said.
Once
That's
he's
why I said.
learning,
That's why I said in a
we'll-
few
I
months.
am
no time.
stupid.
He'll get it in a few
I know how to
months,
put pickets on fence.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you. That's a lot.
Once you start
Can I have my hand back?
once you start learning how to use the skill song stuff, you'll get promoted.
I had to
Hurry
learn
up and
my,
use
I
whatever
can
he just
use
said.
it.
at my job. They
Not
made me learn the skill saw.
Sorry.
Well,
I can
You
use
suck.
it.
Literally, this man, we were trying to do like nothing that didn't even matter. We were trying to add rails onto our trailer or whatever, and I was like, "Here, cut this." He cuts it crooked, and I was like, I was like, "That's crooked," and he was like, "Yeah, you fix it." And I was like, "You're the cut it, you fix it." And he's like, "Okay." Saw's 3 inches short off of it. I'm like, "Bro, what
Why
the heck?"
would you do that, Raisin?
I don't know how to do it.
I was about to punch him in the face. I was like,
Just-
"Bro, what the frick
You
is
draw a straight line and then follow the line.
yeah, Raisin,
Nah,
it's that
we-
easy. Come
well,
on.
we did that, but like the saw, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll like,
Which I don't.
Which he doesn't.
always instinctively cut to like the left or the right, whatever
Yeah.
hand you're using.
That's why they say
Well,
cut on the left
he
side. cut
already
on the right
he already
side.
cut it, and I guess not I guess he doesn't know how to
No, he did.
how to like cut like a little tiny like sliver off of it with the skill saw, which is like what you mean. It takes practice to get used to that. I was like, you know what? He could probably figure this out. He's like, no, I can't. So instead of like trying his best to maybe like get it straight,
I tried my best
he
the
just
first time.
he just goes and saws it 3 inches short, and I'm like, bro, if we were like
He's doing his
around
best.
in my house right now, I'd punch you in the face, turd.
They made me learn the skill saw like my first week.
So would you
Yeah,
say
and
he
called
knows-
you called the speed score the triangle or whatever.
It's like take this square and go over there. I'm like, but it's a triangle.
So wait, why do you have? So you have all those eggs. Why do you have Mothra in your party?
Because it has flame body, which warms up the eggs and makes them hatch faster.
Oh,
Ooh, you're so smart.
I have a haunted chandelier.
It also has the same ability.
same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Warms up the eggs, makes them hatch
I like
faster.
how you guys are almost dressed the exact same.
Well,
we
we're
have the
all.
same bike.
This is our bike gear. Bike gear is very
This
limited.
is me. I'm pretty lady.
No.
And this is
I
me.
am pretty
I'm me.
lady.
Yes.
This is me,
Drew looks
I'm
like
me.
Drew. You look like not you.
I look like who I want to be.
Really?
You want to be a silver-haired lady. Silver-haired
I noticed you go
librarian.
the silver hair route a
He
lot.
wants to be a witcher.
Yeah.
The only
Raisin
thing
the
that
Witcher.
see when you're dressed like that, you look like a dude. And then you get off the bike, and it's like, what?
I'm kind of offended.
Good.
How dare you say
Part
I
of
look
your
like a
plan
dude?
all along.
You should see his Monster Hunter armor. Oh man, so,
I am
so revealing.
sexy lady.
You should see my Skyrim character.
Yeah. Oh, no. You got the
do
mods
mods.
that shape it really well, don't you?
Yeah, I got everything.
You also probably got the walk mod too, which
I-
like the bayonet walk.
I would say what my character's name is, but it's not PG. So
Yeah, don't say it then.
What does it start
well, I'm
with?
role playing as a certain somebody, and
Sure.
it's not-
Not say that.
it's not what you think.
I'm
but-
very curious.
Is it a certain dancer?
no.
Is
No.
it an anime character?
No, it's just like it's like a title. It's not like an actual
Oh.
character.
Oh, like
So it's a
like
profession.
I guess. I guess you could call
What,
it
is
that.
she
What
like-
is this profession?
It's the naked
OnlyFans?
necromancer.
Oh no! What happened to my signal?
What happened here?
Oh no!
I hope they didn't record that.
Oh
Hold
no!
on, you're hatching
It's
it.
still recording.
Your head is that shiny?
Is that it?
That's not.
That would be a
shiny.
horrible shiny reveal if.
Well, it's still recording, so your game's still working. Like, your TV.
Yeah, it is working. Where's my? It's on HDMI 1.
Oh, did
HDMI come out?
your HDMI? Yeah, unplugging itself. Oh,
I'm
poopy.
gonna keep going.
Yeah, you accidentally kicked it again.
I did not.
Way to go, Raisin. Absolutely miserable.
There it is.
Sabotage.
Still recording?
Yeah, you still
Probably
recording.
not.
Okay.
It was sabotage.
I want ebony.
Oh.
An
Look at
ebony.
his booty. The camera.
Back attack.
Oh god.
Snuck up on it. More ways than one.
Interesting.
Gotta hit the tail.
That's a cool monster.
Yeah, this is Ebony Lagiacris. This
Interesting.
is like the
You fighting him
Yeah.
as a monster.
other species. I have one actually. I mean,
It's like
Yeah.
it's
well,
like
no.
Pokemon
I
almost.
named,
But with monsters.
this one. Galleon, basically.
Um,
Ours actually look like monsters.
Whoa.
These look like
but they're
monsters.
smaller.
Excuse me.
You cannot tell me that little Squirtle looks
Excuse
like a
me.
monster.
If you saw this in real life with those big anime eyes and it walking on two legs
I would
coming
go
at
and
you,
hug it.
I would go and hug it.
I would say
Now, if you saw this coming out of the water at you while you're on
I
a
would scream
cruise,
for my life.
you would
cruise.
scream for your
Listen,
life.
what would you do if you saw this running at you?
I would kick it. I would physically kick
Kick
it.
it across the field, yes. Exactly.
This is
How do
like
you
an
get so many
alligator on
Squirtle legs?
steroids,
Huh?
basically.
How do you get so many Squirtle legs?
You just put a Squirtle and a Ditto together, and they make eggs.
How do you get so many Dittos?
Did you see that
You-
video that
you
I
don't-
sent
you
you with
just
the
need
ditto
one.
and the
One,
Charmander?
Yes.
one Squirtle and one Ditto?
One
The entire
Squirtle, one
Ditto.
Ditto, you can repopulate the earth.
No.
yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
Did you?
Yes, yep.
Because Dittos can turn
So
into
glad
any
you saw that
Pokemon.
video.
Pokemon logic.
The Magmar was like, that's my child.
It's a Slugma, you
Slugma, sorry.
you uncultured
I am
swine.
very uncultured.
How dare you?
I'm as smart at Monster Hunter as you are at, what is that, Pokemon?
What is?
How dare you?
How do you not recognize Pokemon?
I had a brain for it.
It's Mario.
Where's Luigi?
Where's Luigi?
Dog, Monster Hunter sucks.
It sucks. 400 sucks. That's what sucks.
400 does.
Anyway, let
I
me
still
get back
play
to
it.
hunting my pocket
The new
monsters.
hero is an Egyptian one.
So I think we've talked
Did I tell you
about.
about the pirate yet?
No.
There's a pirate.
Oh, God.
Yeah, pirates have been added to that game now.
Oh, great.
They have a new
Lord.
faction called the, I think it's the Outlanders.
Pirate Dorothy.
Pirate porns, what?
They have the Outlanders. Which
Pirate
are like
porn. Oh,
factions.
God.
It's a faction whereas like it's like bringing in other cultures from across the world into the
Huh.
three that we have.
Interesting.
New hero.
I think we talked enough about before we met. So I think we can go to how we actually met now.
That is not it. Sorry, not you.
It looked cool though.
Oh, my shoulders.
So Raisin, how did you meet?
Retarded.
How
She
did
does
you
use
meet
her gun.
Tiny?
She doesn't reload it.
How did I meet Tiny?
How did you meet
Not
Tiny?
at school.
I went to his church.
He went to a church.
I'm sure there's more story than that.
Nope, that's it.
Tiny, what's your earliest memory of Raisin?
Remember.
I know, like, the only thing I remember is there was a lot of tables and chairs set up in the gym about church. And we would be crawling in between them like we were Call of Duty soldiers or something.
That sounds fun.
As children, we were.
I don't know. The earliest, like, actually memory I have of Jason is probably going to Captain's for the first time.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That is so late.
I know.
Really? Wow.
I can't think of anything.
I see what kind of impact
Well, mine
I had
was.
in your life.
I would say his
Well,
is not
I
as late
never
as mine.
really like hanged out with you guys until I went to Captain's for the first time.
Speaking of hanging out, that's
Was that 6th grade? That
Yeah.
We started hanging out at Captain's?
I think so. Yeah, 6th grade,
we need to hang out with him more.
and then because 6th grade was when I actually started hanging out with you guys, like at school. Ever I remember because I was like, I have no friends, and so I
have no friends.
I walked
Hey,
up
let's
to
go
you.
find
I
them.
walked up to you guys. I think I walked up to you. and was like, "Can I start hanging out with you?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure," or something like that. It was at the playground behind the high school buildings.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
We were
It
by
is
the
so
we were
much
by the
easier to
sli-
make
we were by
friends
the
as a kid.
slide. I remember we were by
You
the
guys
slide.
you guys were so welcoming with me. First year that I was there, I hung out with the wrong group.
Yeah, you try to hang out with Pud, and like
that was the worst mistake.
they all talked bad about you behind your
Yeah.
back.
And at least we talk bad about you in front of your face.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then next
That's how
next
you know you're real
year,
friends.
I walked up to. It was Michael and Drew, and they were talking. And I basically what Tiny said, I was like, "Hey, can I hang out with you guys?" And Drew and Michael was like, "Yeah, let's chat." And
Let's try.
then I met this this good
Oh!
guy, and it was great. And then Tiny, and then I had a rivalry with White
Who?
White?
Colin.
Colin.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was so confused.
We always called each other by our last
That
names.
white
I'm
boy.
sorry. That sounds so bad. That was his last name. I promise.
There's a white.
rivalry with the
Freaking
whites.
whites.
We would always get in arguments about Marines and Air Force, which was better. We would always
That
butt
is-
heads.
Marines.
That's all we.
We're not
Anyways.
the freaking Marines.
Pat, my earliest memory of you were talking about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And how he was real.
Bigfoot. He's real.
And the way you describe the story is you're like, you climbed up in a tree because you heard a noise.
Yeah, I did.
And then... And then the noise started getting closer. And then you could see Bigfoot.
I saw him.
You look down and you're like, oh, this would go great in my photography collection. And then you pulled out a camera. You took a picture of the camera.
It was a flip phone, not a
It was
camera.
a flip phone.
By the way, if you're gonna tell the story, tell it right.
And I asked you, do you have a picture of it? And you're like, yeah, I do. But it's in a glass case.
It's in a glass case.
In Colorado.
It was a glass case.
Still
and my
in
dad
the,
has it.
It's still in the cell phone.
And then I lost the glass case.
No, you give me the address of where that case is. Because
We-
I am flying.
Let's go on a vacation and
I am-
find the case.
When I fly out of Nashville on Wednesday, I'm flying through Colorado.
It's not in Colorado.
We got-
my
Where is
my
it?
dad lives in Pennsylvania now.
Oh,
So you have to go to Pennsylvania.
change
to
my
find
flight.
Okay.
To Pennsylvania.
Go to,
Change my flight.
knock up at the door. Be like, hey, where's that glass case with the cell phone that has Bigfoot?
And he'd be
on
like,
and he'd
Yes.
be like, yes.
you're not gonna believe this.
You're not gonna believe. No one ever believed my son. Here, take this.
The
Turns
picture
out-
is like 12,
turns out it's just
12
some,
pixels
like-
big.
It's like 12 pixels big.
It's
and
like-
it's like a cat.
Turns out it's his dad looking for him in the tree.
It's just him pointing, get down.
Get down, your hairy father.
He's just not wearing a shirt.
Oh man, it is so hot in here.
Take off your shirt.
No.
we'll allow it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, that was my earliest memory of you.
That was a great
And we actually
moment.
touched back on that. And one of a old skit that we did, he was like part of our group now, and like he was talking about how Bigfoot is real, and we made memes and videos based off that. Here's a small clip of that.
Hey, how you doing? What are you talking about? Oh, we're just talking about Bigfoot, you know, alive and well.
Actually, speaking of it, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I'll be right back. Ugh,
Someone just
Don't.
stinking up the place.
get stuff.
You later, Bigfoot. Back to my good friends.
Okay, we're back.
One of my favorite
The power
memories
of editing.
with you, Drew, is when we went to the school's volleyball game and we were up on the stands. Or was it volleyball?
Volleyball.
You know what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
it was volleyball.
Go power vacuum.
Yep, we were
Oh,
watching.
no, it was basketball.
Was it
Yeah,
basketball?
I think it was basketball.
Okay,
We were
basketball.
watching History
Because
videos.
We were
I
watching
was
history videos, and
playing
me and him,
varsity
we
and
were
I
in,
wasn't playing
me
yet.
and Drew were in full blown tears in our little spot, laughing.
Yeah, and then
I
you
can't-
showed me that, and I was like, okay.
It was
Yeah.
so
He
funny.
didn't think it was funny, and me and Drew were just like,
That was the funniest thing ever.
It was.
It was so random.
It was the best.
Like, what video were they parodying?
It was
Pacific Rim.
where the guy Godzilla comes up as a meme and he slashes him once, and he's like, "All right, we did it." And then, well, it was
cleanup crew
The
was
cleanup,
Voltron.
cleanup
Yeah.
crew with like the over ecstatic Power Rangers, like, "All right, crew, let's do this. Go power vacuum!" And they just like, zzz.
They start cleaning up the mess.
They cleaned up the mess and then they left.
It was so funny. It was
was-
so unexpected
And
because
then
that was
we
the first
watched
time we ever
we
saw
watched
that.
the Dragon Ball video where
Yeah, that was the other one. that
Vegeta
I-
breaks his
Yeah.
arm and he goes, and it cuts the video right.
Well, he
Like,
didn't break his
screams
arm.
across the
Android
earth.
13 broke his
Yeah,
arm.
Android 13 broke his arm,
That
and
was
it was
so funny.
Where it was funny because it was, I don't know the Android. It's like the buff Android. They were talking to him, and he was like, "That's a pretty bird." That's all he focused on the entire time.
There's a, I think it was made by the same people where they just dub over Dragon Ball scenes.
Yeah.
And like there was a villain, he had his arm extended, and the hero he had like grabbed it. He's like, "Don't break my arm." He's like, "No." Please don't break my arm.
Don't break my arm.
Ugh.
Do I have
Tiny?
any stories with you, Raisin?
Huh?
Do I have any good stories and memories with you?
Absolutely not good ones.
Yeah.
Let me think.
So me and Tiny kind of knew each other before we met each other, because we both played basketball at the same church.
Yeah.
We didn't talk to each other, I don't think, because I can't remember any memories of us speaking.
No.
Oh, that's what that is.
We played upward basketball together.
Yeah, we like played against each other. Or were we on the same team?
No, we weren't on the same team. I don't think.
Yeah, we were probably on. Oh no. Yeah, we were probably on different teams.
Upward
Trey was on my team. I remember that.
Oh, Trey. Yeah. Trey,
I don't know. Y'all were there
I
fifth grade.
hate Trey.
Trey and Duncan. Y'all remember Duncan?
Yep.
I kind of remember Duncan.
Trey and Duncan gave Mrs. Haggard probably the worst year of her life. They were the absolute most like crazy, rambunctious, like disturbing the class all the time people. It was terrible. But the youth group, the night before we went, they had like some type of Jello thing, and it was like so much Jello all over the
Jell-O?
ground. Yes, on the playground, all over the hill. All right.
How did they get that much Jello?
I don't know. They were like making it or something, but I don't know what the whole story
Making
was.
Jell-O.
Well, it was all over. It was green Jellos all over the ground. Okay. Well, recess was over with, and they caught it in. Well, Trey and Duncan, for some reason, were literally rolling on the ground, punching each other in the face, like literally in a fist fight. Okay. And Mrs. Haggard was like, stop, and they wouldn't stop. They just kept going at it. So she was like, she started to go after him. She steps right into Jello, and I tell you
Slips.
what, cartoon slip. Just
Oh,
like fucking,
no.
The straight old Tom and
just
Jerry.
Just like feet in the air, just slides down, green Jello all over her. She goes down there and like grabs him and is like, y'all are coming up here with me, and just drags up.
That sounds like a movie scene. Like that was
she
like
was so
that was the part of the movie
mad.
where they had just done something stupid and they're fighting over it, and the teacher is there, and everything goes crazy.
What was the actual
so
reason
mad.
they were just hailing on each
I have
other?
no idea. They would get in fights all the time.
There's so much to that story I want to know.
Yeah.
Him and Duncan were always at it. I don't know why, but
And they were
always
friends, or?
no.
No.
They were just rivals, apparently.
They would always like Duncan was like super stubborn, so like if you try to like argue with him or whatever, he'd be like, "No, I'm right," or blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. So yeah, they were characters.
Clearly. That's the word
They
for
did
it.
not go well together.
Pookie, did you think of your favorite memory with me yet?
No.
Okay.
There's just none.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I know. We still haven't found one yet. Oh,
It's not that we haven't found one yet, it's just that we have a lot. I'm trying to think of a good one.
Name one.
Well, most of it
I want my butt.
Well, most of it revolves around some of the group drama. So I'm not gonna say
Like
that.
recent group drama.
Yeah.
Let's not go into
No,
that.
we're not.
Not yet. That'll be episode 500.
Me and
Yeah,
Raisin.
500.
Me and Raisin.
Apparently, there's a lot gonna happen on episode 500 because I also talked about
Me
episode
and
500.
Oh shoot.
What episode are we on right now?
No,
we got
this
a ways
is
to go.
this is number 8.
Oh, that
I
makes a
was
difference.
way off. Thank you, Drew. Way off.
Yeah, but me and Raisin have a lot of laughs about that.
I laugh at
Stop
all
laughing.
of them too.
Laugh at all the what?
I laugh at all the drama too.
I remember talking to you during the beach trip about them for the first time. Like, do you enjoy these new people? He gives me just the straightest.
Was that the kazoo night?
Yes!
Kill me
night?
now! I can't wait for that vlog to come out. You can just see my face. I
Dude,
just,
I have like multiple scenes where you're just
He
staring at the camera like,
He wanted to hurt. He wanted to hurt somebody.
and there's like I was.
I wanted to strangle the life out of all the females. I swear to God, it's freaking drive me crazy.
And then I hated it when they blew it in our ears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she
I,
was-
there's a scene with Raisin.
They were like, come up to you, like,
Raisin, you moved your foot again.
like, what the fuck? Stop!
Your thing is just straight unplugged.
Yep, it's got it connected to the blue wire. Whenever you kick your foot, it disconnects.
It's so.
Stop
I
it.
know. I tried to tape it to the floor so you wouldn't kick it as much, but it did not help.
So tight going to your computer, dude.
Say it again.
Tight.
Oh.
Just get a longer HDMI.
Make sure it's still recording. Can
You're
you check?
still recording.
Am I moving on the screen?
You're moving on the screen. No.
You were
I'm
not.
not. All right, I gotta go pause it now.
Oh
Pause
no.
it. Just go
Step on my
hit
foot,
the
please.
double tap.
Thank you.
Just hit the double tap.
Are we pausing the stream right now?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get up and stretch.
No, wait, don't get up.
No.
Oh, you can't
I'm
get
just
up.
recording. I'm just starting
Can
recording.
I stand right here?
Do I need to stop?
Drew, can I stand right here?
No, you can keep going.
Okay.
Can you get to be a yoo-hoo?
Yeah, you just stand right there.
I'll give you a do.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Drew, can you bring me my Bojangles right there? It's right on top.
It's heckin' good.
Heckin'
Yo-ho, thank you.
How many minutes are we at?
43.
43.
We haven't even gotten into afterwards.
That felt good.
My dad used to do it all the time, but he would just gut punch me.
Pop your belly.
No, he would punch me.
Pop-
Not like physical abuse, but you know.
It sounds like physical abuse.
That's definitely.
Why are you in my way?
I'm stretching. Sorry.
No stretch here. Get out
Pookie,
of my way.
one of my favorite memories with you is very, very recently. At when you fell.
Tell that story. That was great.
You gotta tell my story too. We're talking about falling.
Okay.
Oh man, that was great.
Tiny, you fall every week.
You fall
That's true,
every
but this
week.
one was for the funny.
This
For
was
the
fun.
funny.
So I'll tell Tiny's first. So this was back in high school, and
This was like what, 8th grade, 9th grade?
somewhere around there. You look like you do now, like fit and beautiful.
Because this is after I sprung up and whatnot. And
Yeah,
this
you-
is
you
so
took
we've already made it to
steroids.
where we met you, so now we can talk about after.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a memory we can
This
talk
is-
about with you and me.
Oh no.
He's about to grow.
Now that was 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
alright.
Tell your story.
So
Sit back down. Sit back
I am stretching.
so Tiny and
I
I
don't like my back.
we'll go
move
somewhere.
this
I think
through?
we'll like leave and
Is this
Is
for
this-
your back?
I don't know.
is this
back
here
there.
for a reason?
There was a basketball game and we were
Leave
going
it
to
here?
get some.
You can do whatever you want.
We going to get
okay.
something?
Yeah, we were going to get some. I was on JV.
I just want to put my
back.
feet here.
Okay. So we're going to get
Why did you
something
get stuffy?
for whatever.
That's from Raisin.
And we're heading up some stairs outside, some wooden stairs, and him being the athletic genius that he is, big, and me not being athletically inclined
Or
at
smart.
all, or smart. Hey, this
Or
wasn't
handsome.
me. This was all him.
Or handsome.
He starts running up the stairs, but he's like skipping a step because he's cool.
It's
And
cool.
yeah,
So I thought.
yeah, so I'm beside him, and we're running up the stairs together, and he's like, do work! And then he just disappears from my field of view. He's gone. I'm like, what the heck? And like,
He died.
We got to the top of the stairs, so like, I turn around, and this kid is...
Is he ragdolling down the stairs?
No, this kid is at the top of the stairs, just face down. And do work. No, the funny thing about
Literally,
it, the
bro.
funniest thing about it was he had his phone in his hand as well. He had his phone in his hand. The phone was like 2 feet this way.
Holding it up.
Bro, I hit the ground so hard, so fast. I was like running, then I was just like, bam, right in the ground.
I didn't even
Hit
hear him
ground
hit
so
the
hard.
ground. Like, he was just gone.
My foot caught the top of the step, and I just like went straight down. Like,
Full like movie cartoon.
That's
face
that's
plant.
rich.
and I didn't slide either. Like my foot kept me.
He
so
just-
I just like literally smacked the ground.
So you went face first into
That
the.
man,
Oh,
stop. That's gravity, dude. Oh, it
There
was
goes
so funny.
gravity.
oh, there goes gravity.
That was funny. So that was him falling that I encountered. It was great. Now you. No, I can talk about Drew falling first.
Oh, we all
Oh,
have
yeah, there
falling
you go.
stories.
All the falling stories.
I don't think I do.
I think I've fallen a few times in front of you.
So
What an
we
achievement.
we were at our friend Hannah's house, where the falling has happened.
Which Hannah? Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that falling story.
So this is the first fall where Drew fell. This was like a year ago.
Is this the Trimester?
Yeah, I told him about it.
Tell me this. Yeah.
So
Oh god.
so
I wish that was on camera.
I wish so bad it was. So this was a year ago. We were like having a pool party at our friend Hannah's house, and me, Drew, and Pac, we go inside the house. And it's like a gym area. Like
I'm
an
just
inside
not
gym.
realizing which one you're telling.
Yeah. So it was me and Pookie first. So he's on like the little bicycle machine, just pedaling away, and I'm on the treadmill. I'm at a slow pace, by the way. We're gonna get back to that. I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. I'm just walking.
And I wanted to be included.
So he wants to be included. So he comes in, a drink in hand, by the way.
Yeah, it was like a Mike's Hard lemonade. I'm just
Yeah.
going in. I'm like, I wanted to do that.
So
That looks
He-
fun.
Mike's hard hit you pretty
so
hard. Huh?
Drew sees me on the treadmill, but 2 and 2 don't come together for him. He doesn't realize the treadmill is on, I guess. So he tries to get on the treadmill from the back end of it.
No, before he does that, you had sped it up.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I speed it up?
You ended up speeding it up.
It wasn't like I wasn't full on running.
No, he
on it.
wasn't sprinting, but
I was-
you were power walking.
I was just
Definitely a power
I was
walk.
just walking. So I'm just looking forward at the wall. I'm not noticing what this kid's doing behind me. All I hear was just a thump. I'm like, what the frick was
So
that?
I got one foot on it, and
I-
I couldn't get my other foot up in time before the other foot had already fallen off the edge. So I fell, and I was holding my drink up because I didn't want to spill it in the house. And so, like, I landed on my elbow on the treadmill.
You start walking,
but the
with
treadmill
elbow.
was still moving, and I didn't want to I didn't want my drink to fall. So I'm just constantly doing this.
So he had fallen down. So his right knee and his right elbow were moving
I was like
quickly,
crazy on the
and his left body was just standing here while he
Tried
was
to
holding.
push up on the treadmill.
Every time I was I was off.
I was on the bike right in front of him watching this entire. And Raisin's like, "What?"
I had to stop the treadmill, and I fell onto the floor because I was laughing
It was
so hard.
glorious.
Oh
I
my
could not
gosh.
get up. I think I ended up spilling my drink because I'm.
No,
like,
you didn't. You
I
never
have a
spilled it.
I don't think you did.
Oh,
You
did
never
I?
spilled it.
Trooper,
No.
Thank
dude,
God.
I
champion.
have
Absolute
a
lad.
treadmill story. Y'all remember the Gibbs, or not the Gibbs, Gilberts? The Gilberts?
Yes, I do remember the
What?
Gilberts.
It was John, what was his name?
Josh Gilbert.
Josh Gilbert.
Oh.
Well, this was at our, either our senior trip. Yeah, it had to be our senior trip because they were underneath us. Our senior trip or whatever, we went to Disney, didn't we?
Was Junior?
Magic Kingdom, yeah?
We
Senior
went to-
was Disney.
Yeah, senior was Disney. Well, at the hotel we were staying at, there was a workout room. Well, we were down in the workout room, okay, and Josh Gilbert is an idiot. Well, he had the treadmill going as fast as probably he could run because he was in cross country. Well, and keep in mind, one of the teachers was in there. I don't remember if it was Mr. Horn or I think Josh Bear. I think Josh Bear was in there with us or something like that. Anywho, he was in there, and this kid, he jumps up on the treadmill, completely loses his footing, falls down, and I kid you not, this thing slingshots him to the other side of the room. He hits the wall on the other side of the room, and then literally looks around and looks at the teacher's just standing there looking at him, and he's like,
Why'd you do
"Get
that,
out
son?"
of here!" And he had to get up and he walked out. It was so funny. We didn't know what to do. We were all just like super silent because the teacher was right there watching him. It was so funny.
Couldn't laugh.
I would have been laughing.
It was so fast, dude. We just went like, and then slingshot straight across the room. Oh, yeah.
So, continuing off the falling stories.
Oh, yes.
I was over at,
Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Same house, by the way.
Same house, by the way. So, we were at Hannah's house after we had just got finished eating Applebee's,
Sure.
and
It was like late at night.
it was late at
It was
night.
like midnight.
So we were all hanging out. So skip all that. So they all went to bed in a different room, and
Me, Mike, and Kayla were all sharing a room. We were talking about
Jellyfish.
Yep. For whatever
for
reason.
whatever reason,
Jellyfish are so weird. They don't have brains.
Stop, we
They're
don't-
just nerve
we don't
endings.
care.
It's so weird.
that's great. Anyways, me and Raisin, we were sleeping on the same couch, and we were talking back and forth, having a laugh, and then at some point, I wanted to find where my PJs were at, and I enlisted him for help. So I get up, and it's pitch black, by the way.
We're stupid. We're
there's-
looking in the dark.
We're looking in the dark, and
Retarded.
Yep.
and it was about like 5 steps in, and I was like, wait a minute, let me just get my
We
phone,
used our
right?
brains.
We used our brains finally. He was
2% of our brains.
he was over by the little bar area that they had looking, and I was somewhere else.
He was behind me.
Basically behind him, and I turn on the flashlight, and Hannah's dad has like those little rich people golf thing where it's like just one strip of golf
Like
and a
little putt-
hole.
Yeah, like
It's
a
like
little putt-putt
little
course.
pull. Yeah, I don't see the joy in those. But I was standing right in front of it, where that was. But in front of that, before I hit that, there was a chessboard,
that we had
a
to
very
move.
heavy chessboard.
Yeah,
That
very
thing was-
expensive one.
That I ended up moving. So I pull out my phone and I turn the flashlight on, and then my bag's right there. I was like, all right. So I take a step forward. My foot slides under the chessboard. I go forward. I'm like trying to catch myself, and then my other foot slams into the into the
Putt-putt
putt-putt
course.
thing, and then as soon as Raisin turns around, all he sees is my face hit the wall and then slide down it very slowly because I couldn't catch myself because I had my phone and the other one was reaching for my bag, so my chin hits the wall, and it's if it was glass, it would have been just. It was the slowest fall, and then I hear him in the back going. And he eventually falls on the floor from laughing. I basically pass out from laughing myself.
No, because from my perspective, I'm over here looking. You're behind me. Because you have the thing where like, hey.
Oh yeah, the flashlight was just flinging everywhere.
Because you have the thing where like you can.
Oh shit! It looked like a rave because I was panicking mid fall.
No, because you have that thing like you can tell your phone to turn your flashlight on.
Oh yeah.
And so you're like, hey, turn on flashlight. So the room illuminates, and the next instant I hear,
and I fall. And then during our 30-minute session of laughing that entire time, I go Alexa, because I don't have Siri. I go, Alexa, help. And then she goes dialing 911. And I'm laughing. I'm like, And then she goes, do you need help? And I'm like, no, stop. And she's like, she hangs up the call. And that adds another 30 minutes of laughter.
Alexa, turn the light on. Fucking.
It was too dark. I didn't want to turn my phone on, so I had Alexa help me.
Alexa, help.
Alexa help dialing.
Dialing
She didn't even
911.
ask. She just said dialing 911. I'm like, no! It was perfect. And then after that, we get up to go see what they're doing, and then Drew's like, "Why are you guys laughing so hard?" and then I hear him in the back. He just starts laughing again.
My head hurts.
And during this entire time when we were laughing, Mike was explaining the biography of a jellyfish.
Biography?
Or the anatomy, or whatever you guys were talking about. Biology.
Biography written by a jellyfish.
Let's look around.
Life without a brain.
Life without a brain. How am I
But yeah,
able
that
to
was-
write this biography.
I would have loved if Tiny and Drew had saw that.
Oh
I would
my
have been dying.
God.
It was glorious.
I
It hurt, but it was glorious.
was hurting from that.
Y'all
My
laughed for
chest-
like 30 minutes.
Dude,
we
it
did.
was
It was so
funny.
long.
It was, and then eventually
Like,
I
we
did.
talked about 3 different animals while you guys were laughing.
We were on the floor that
We were
entire
talking about
time.
mammoths and dinosaurs going extinct.
It was
Why?
everything was great about that entire scene except for my chin.
So now
And then you woke up sick.
And then I woke up sick because I had a headache from laughing so hard.
that was the day Scarlet and Violet got announced.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. It all comes back to Pokemon.
Yep.
Here we are.
Still going. So now I just need to fall at Hannah's house to complete
I
the
really
trifecta.
hope you slam
I had
your
to fall there, too.
nose on that.
Yeah.
The
Tiny's
steps.
included now.
You
He
have
has
a
to
bed.
fall.
Oh yeah. The next day when we woke up, I had waited. I was in front of Raisin, and we got to the stairs. I looked back and I'm like, please.
No.
And he looked at me, and I'm like, go. And he's like, all right. And he takes the most cautious steps.
I took it one step at a time.
I was so considering of grabbing his back foot and just pulling.
No,
him
because
from-
that wouldn't have counted. That would have not.
It would have
been-
counted for me.
No, it wouldn't have.
It would have counted for me.
It was not natural causes.
Nope, it was attempted murder.
Yep.
That was a good time.
Oh my gosh, but
But yeah, you want to talk about a Looney Tunes scene trying to watch me catch myself.
Alexa, turn flashlight
Floodlights flying everywhere.
As soon as the light comes
And then-
on, I just see it.
So
no,
straight up.
when his foot hit the chessboard, it was a big thump.
It was loud too.
Oh, that had to
He
hurt.
hit that thing.
It hurt. It
That
really
thing was
hurt.
actually like so heavy that when he
That,
hit
that,
it,
that thing's huge. I remember that.
I
thing.
hit it. Only the queen fell.
yeah,
That's all that fell. Everything else was in perfect
that
place.
thing was so heavy.
Yeah, it was a fumble after a fumble into the wall.
Alexa, help!
You guys remember playing hide and go seek
Dialing 911.
Yes.
at
Say what?
Captain's house? Playing hide and go seek at Captain's
Oh, I
house.
hate you! I
hate
hate you!
He was the best hider, without a doubt.
Didn't you
Any
like
hide and go
Holy
seek we ever
crap.
played, I was the best.
Didn't
hider.
you actually
He would
like
pick the
climb a
spots
tree?
that no one would
Yes.
think.
I climb a tree in the freaking rafters on top of the house.
Tiny
in the
Tiny
bushes.
took that game personally.
Dude scared the absolute living crap out of me one day. We were playing hide and seek. We were playing at night, and we were outside.
Oh yes.
So I'm
Noah Cahoon.
Yes. I gotta
so
tell that one as
I'm
well.
seeking, and I'm going around. I got my little flashlight. I'm going, and I'm passing by the side of the house where his water heater is. I think that's what that was. Yeah. So I'm just going around.
Is this area like where
like
the left side
the
of the
left
garage.
side of the house? if
Captain's
you're looking
where
at it.
Captain's dad usually mows that big old patch?
No, it's
before
left
you-
side. The left side of the left side of the garage. Not the big
Oh,
garage, but
okay.
the garage on the house.
Yep,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about now. All right.
So
I'm just trying to get a mental
so
idea
they
where
have
you're
like
at.
like a big old like water heater over there or whatever.
I think it was
is.
for the pool, maybe. It's
Maybe.
like some
I
type
don't
of
know.
giant tank.
It was a big tank. So I got my flashlight. I'm just going scanning, doing my best here.
Doing my best.
And I stop at the water heater and I'm looking at it, and on top of it, all I see is 2 shoes. I'm like, huh? And I look up, I pan up, and here he is, and he just, ah! I about crapped my pants.
I was trying to get on top of the house, but I couldn't,
couldn't reach it?
I couldn't.
I know
get-
what you're talking about
I
now.
couldn't get up safely.
So did he actually like jump on you
Yeah.
mid fall?
I jumped.
Jump like freaking, what is it?
Did you
Predator. I think I did.
He probably was like, "Oh,
That would have terrified me, honestly.
Because I saw, it was like a horror movie.
And then the time I hit up in the freaking rafter thing, it took whoever it was.
Are you talking about in the
forever.
bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah, there was
Forever.
like so above the kitchen sink and above the mirror, there was like this little like
I know
box
what you're
section
talking
It's a
where
about.
the
little
lights
it's,
come
it's
down.
a ledge that holds in the light thing.
I think Captain was it, and he could not find you. Like,
No,
that
it was
a
me.
ma-
It was me.
you.
It took forever
Yeah, it
for
was you.
anyone to even realize I was there, and then once like everyone who was already found like realized that I was up there, they would like keep walking in there like trying to like help whoever it was, and but he never whoever used
It was
never
an
found me.
amazing
It was me
spot.
because I know there's a video of it, and it's just
Yeah.
me looking up. Just
Yep.
We gotta watch that video again. 'Cause
Oh, that is. I think it's still on Instagram.
I remember one time I hid in the dryer.
Yeah, you got stuck there for a little bit, didn't you?
It hurt so bad I could not move.
Oh God.
That's funny.
I think
fit in a dryer."
That's
I
what
was
I'm
small
wondering.
back then.
He was.
I remember Captain fit in like a little closet where like it was like on the top shelf in a closet. The closet was only like this big.
It was
Like
the,
in the
it was-
bathroom.
It was the same bathroom
Yeah,
that he
same
was
bathroom.
in. I
I
know
think
what you're
I
talking
tried to
about.
get in there once, but
That's a
I
hard
tried to
spot
hide
to get
myself
into.
behind the towels.
I do not understand how he got through there.
Dog, that was so fun. Remember,
Such a small
remember when the 3 of us played hide and seek in Dillard's
Oh,
Oh yeah.
in the mall?
It was me, Raisin, and Peck, and
that was fun.
the mall close to us is like almost abandoned. Like no one goes in there
Yeah.
ever. I don't know how any of the stores are still open. There was
Me-
a shooting there like yesterday.
So it was Drew that was. I remember this. It was Drew that was searching, and you and me. Oh, hold on. You and me ended up hiding in the changing rooms.
No,
No, it's
was
me
it
and
not?
you.
it was
Me and you
it
and
Oh,
the
was it
changing
us?
room.
You were searching?
I was searching. Yeah,
I remember that because I have a picture of me and you in
Yeah.
the changing
So
room.
we were. So while we were hiding, and he was looking for us, I think it was it a lady or was it a guy?
It was
Yeah.
a guy.
It was
No,
a very
no, no,
feminine guy, right?
Yeah.
A very feminine guy. He opens the door. He's like, "You guys need to leave."
You're not supposed to.
and
be
he had security with us, and I remember
He had a security guard with
He
us
had
in
the-
case we were like in any trouble or something.
he had his phone up, and he just went, "Huh?" And he looked at the guy, and he's like,
What?
"You guys need to leave." And
Yeah,
then
'cause,
we
like-
were talking. We were just trying to explain we were having fun.
We were the
And
only people in that whole.
We were the
store.
only people that
And we
left.
weren't running back and forth. We were like walking
So after-
to each destination. and
After we
hiding.
found Raisin, we left, and the security guard actually walked with us all the way to the car.
followed us out.
It
yep.
was the dumbest
Yeah,
thing.
well, didn't he say like? Then the security guard was like,
He's like,
"I
"Oh,
could arrest you guys right now if
You
I
can't
wanted."
arrest anything.
He's
No.
a security
He's a
guard. He
security-
was trying to scare
He's
us.
a glorified tattletailer. I know, but
He couldn't.
Because
do,
you're one of those.
He
yes,
couldn't do anything. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have authority.
he's just a big guy.
He was just.
The only thing he had was a box of donuts.
We could outrun him.
We really could have if we
But-
had wanted.
But yeah, that was a really good time.
Yeah.
You couldn't find us though, so we were proud about
No,
that.
because the lady told me where y'all were at.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, I was walking and I was like walking towards her.
Traitor.
And then she was all just like right next to the changing room. She went like that.
So she knew we were playing hide and go seek.
Yeah. She was cute.
Traitor.
But like I said, we were the only people in there. Why didn't they just let us play? We weren't causing a commotion.
We weren't. There was nobody. There was
nobody there.
Nobody in the store. Nobody in the parking lot. This was like a Sunday.
We were their
this was
full customer.
Yeah, this was
100%
this was a Saturday evening. It was dead.
I don't understand how that mall still stands.
People are just miserable.
I know I am.
Yeah.
They are not making any money there. I don't know how they're still open. That is crazy.
I mean, it's
Dillard's is
Dillard's.
actually an Amazon refund thing.
Yeah, it's the only good thing it's used for. Which you can do that at Kohl's too.
Yeah.
So just do it at Kohl's instead.
Yeah,
Look,
we don't promote Dillard's here.
Yeah, screw Dillard's after that.
The stores all the people.
That reminds me of the history teacher when I got in trouble with him.
The sucker.
You want to tell the story? You like it a lot.
I think I might have already told the story on here, but I'll tell it again.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah. He was eating a sucker. And he comes into class. And Mr. Dillard's like, you need to put that away. He's like, oh, okay. So he keeps eating the sucker, right?
I was trying to finish the sucker. I was trying to put it away because I didn't have the wrapper.
A few minutes go.
I didn't want to throw it. I didn't want to throw it away. It was good
perfectly
sucker.
good sucker.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Screw him.
So Mr. Dillard sees he's still sucking on his sucker.
No, this wasn't when I came into class. This was after class when we were leaving. But
You were eating on the sucker the entire class?
No, I had pulled it out at the end of class because we remember at Mr. Dillard's class before the bell rang, we would all line up at his door.
I don't think it was at the end of
It was
class.
at the end of class. So it was at the end.
So you hid it away for an hour and then
I
got it back out.
I didn't walk into class and he didn't to me. It was at the end of class. I had pulled out the sucker to suck on it. And stop. I regret saying that so much in my head because I knew one of y'all would laugh. But basically, and he walks over to me. He's like, hey, no food in class. Put the sucker away. And I got in an argument with him. I was like, well, class is about to end. Can I just? And he's like, no, put it away. I was like, okay. So I pull it out of my mouth and he walks away and I put it straight back in my mouth. And he comes up, he's like, didn't I just tell you to put that away? And I go, you did, but I didn't. And he looks at me, he's like, you now have detention. And I was like, okay. And I kept looking at him straight in the face and I kept sucking on the sucker. And he's like, you throw the sucker away. And I said, no. And he gives me detention for 2 days.
I remember when he handed you the detention because he handed you the detention and like, are you serious?
Yeah.
He goes back. He looks back at you and he goes, oh, I'm
dead serious. That was. Yeah.
Got a detention for eating a sucker.
And believe it or not, he was my favorite teacher.
Yeah.
He still is.
He was one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
He was a good teacher.
That was a good sucker.
Who was it that walked into his class one time with gum and he was like, is that gum?
Give me some.
And he's like, and whoever it was like, yes. And he's like, put it in the trash. And we're like, okay. They just threw it away.
Who was that?
I don't know. It's probably like Steven or somebody.
Sounds like a Steven thing.
Back to hide and go seek. Noah at Catherine's house.
Uh-oh.
So me and Noah were hiding in a bush like late at night.
With the torrential downpour the day before.
Yeah, and so there was mud all around the bush, like big piles of mud. And
this was a giant. This was like a bush the size of this room too. It was huge.
whoever was
I think it was Captain.
I think it was Captain. So Captain was looking for us, and me and Noah were in the bush, and he starts.
You can't say nothing around here without these people laughing. A shrub.
No, you said but it's too late.
Big shrub.
Big shrub.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So, no, I lost my train of thought.
Captain was
So Captain was getting close, and then he passed us. I'm like, he's gonna find us. We gotta get out of here. So I jump over the
because there was
Noah.
there was
Noah was gonna jump first.
Yeah, there was a path with like underneath the bush you could walk like through.
You could walk around it
Yeah.
if you went the right way.
Yeah.
But Noah, he didn't see that, and he was freaking out. He's like, "Oh, we gotta get out of here!" So he jumps. He jumps over the puddle, slips, lands on his butt. He and yells, "Crap!"
In the puddle.
He didn't say crap, but I'm censoring it.
He said a word with an S.
Jumped in like cartoon slip, man. Both of his feet went up in the air.
Landed straight on his back.
Right in the puddle that he was trying to
Oh,
And I
no.
walked around it and checked on it. Oh, it was so funny.
Crap.
Oh crap!
What a funny.
Noah was a special kind of friend.
He was special.
Very special.
He still is.
Yep.
He's a character.
Yeah.
Quite the
We
character.
played hide and seek at homecoming. Nobody ever found me. They would give up.
Were you in another tree?
Probably.
Yes, he was.
Every time we played hide and seek at homecoming, the after party, I would always be in
We
a
were
tree.
at Becca's.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
time, right?
We were Becca's both times.
No, this is when he texted me and said like, cause like we were in the area of the tree that he was in, and then
yeah.
we didn't see nothing because we weren't checking trees. So we walked to like the opposite side of like the yard or whatever the heck it was, the gimungo backyard, and he sends me a text saying, "You should have looked up."
Yeah,
And
I remember
and
that.
then it's me and you running.
I'm like, is
in
he in the trees?
It's me and you running in the darkness. Just
We were like flashing the flashlight in the trees looking for you.
That's funny.
He must be in the trees.
I would have loved it if you had moved.
I should have.
You should have like Tarzan swinged across
Yeah.
from tree to tree.
I should have said should have looked up and then just instantly ran to another tree. Just watch.
And then when they come back, you just come out and grab.
Just gone underground.
I remember that night. Like for a while, I didn't get caught because I was just in the grass laying down.
I did it.
Like
yeah.
just because like it was so dark.
You
If you didn't have a
couldn't see
flashlight,
anything,
you couldn't
yeah.
see. So like I could just stay on the ground for most of it, and I don't think you were invited.
I don't think I was even with you guys during.
He was gone.
Oh, yeah, that's
He-
right,
He had
that's
left our
right.
school by then.
So I was right.
You were right by default. Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
I'm still happy that I graduated
times,
from
good
Sandwich
times.
High School.
What?
No one ever believes me when I tell them that.
No, that's the only thing we believe.
Okay.
Everything else you say, we don't really believe.
That is all true.
Sandwich high school.
Sandwich. I mean, you could just Google that. That's a real place.
It is. It's great.
I want to go there.
You
I do.
You don't want to go there.
I do want to go to Sandwich.
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 Oh no! All the stuff he did.
I wonder what he's doing now.
Nothing good.
This is the second episode where we're just reminiscing about Noah and where he's at now.
Noah kicking Steven in his broken leg.
I think we mentioned that.
Oh my
yeah.
God! Speaking of Steven.
That was the only time I felt bad.
Oh,
for
you
Steven.
can talk about Steven.
The only time I felt
God.
bad for Steven was when Noah kicked his broken leg.
You want to feel bad about? Oh, he did that.
Yes.
Thank
He had a
God.
full-on cast and everything, and Noah was just like mad at him. You just kicked him in the leg after recess.
Attaboy,
And
Noah.
Steven starts crying.
Hold on.
Ah!
And Noah's like,
I have a
"Oh."
story about you. About you when I broke my arm. When I broke my arm, my wrist.
Who kicked your wrist?
No. Well, you.
I didn't kick it. I punched it.
No, you
Same
tried
thing?
to stab me with your pinky.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I did this thing where
Because
like
you used to do that.
everyone was always like weak. You could just poke them with your pinky really hard,
Everybody was like,
and
weak.
like they would be like in so much pain. Like, you just jab your pinky in them. So I tried to jab his cast with my pinky, and that really hurt.
Why would you try to jab?
I don't know. I was jabbing everyone with my pinky.
He tried to jab me, and I think
He was
I
in a
blocked
phase.
it.
I remember that.
I think I about and just,
Yeah, you
just-
and your stupid "I dodged it" phrase all through
Oh,
high
no.
school. That made
Oh,
me
no.
so mad when he would always say that. He'd be like, dodged it. I
Dodged
dodged
it.
it.
I
Dodged
dodged it, dude. I dodge your insults. Get out of here. I got no time.
I am in a battle with a Wobbuffet.
That's
Level-
No, and it has freaking. It's not gonna let me run, is it?
you
No!
Just fight it. It's super effective.
Just
bug
kill
buzz,
it.
yeah. You're level 100. Relax.
It's just a waste of time.
Oh, poor baby.
Kills anyone.
Shows that anyone. Yeah, it's level 20.
Oh, this is my time.
So,
Raisin's gonna catch up.
so
now.
speaking of Steven. Oh,
You only have good stories of Steven.
yeah. Sure. Steven created this thing with me back during what class were we in? It was a
It was like-
female. It was
ninth grade?
it was 8th grade. I can't remember her.
Female.
I can't remember the teacher's name, but it was like an English class where we would play.
Irvin?
Irvin, yeah.
Swerving Irvin.
So
Irvin.
he created a thing before the class. I was talking. I think it was either with Drew or Raisin, and out of nowhere, Steven, he was sitting next to me. He goes Christian, because they only called me Pac by then. He goes Christian. I'm like, what? And I turn and face him. He's like, every time you say something stupid, I'm gonna say nickel. And I'm like, okay. And he goes nickel, and I'm like, oh. This goes on. Hold on.
That's funny.
Nickel.
Okay.
Just anything you said. It didn't matter.
Anything
the
I
context.
said. If I wasn't even talking to him or looking his way or anything, any chance he got, nickel. Anytime I was hanging out with him lunch and he would walk by me, nickel. I wasn't even speaking at that time. He would just say it every single time. And at first I was like, all right, whatever. And eventually I actually got really, really fed up with it. And one time when school was starting, I encountered him outside. It was just me, and this was when he was dating Morgan. Dating Morgan. They were sitting, and he goes, "Hey Christian," I'm like, and I'm not gonna say what I said on here because I gotta censor it. I'll use crap since that's what we're doing.
Thank you.
And I said, if you say nickel one more crap in time, I'm going to crap you in the throat.
What?
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
I said,
Oh no! Oh no! Peck is gay. Confirmed.
hold on. I forgot a word. I forgot a word. I'm sorry. I'm going to crapping.
Rape you in the throat.
I'm sorry. I forgot a word. I'm about to say it. I'm going to crapping punch you in the throat. And he goes, no, you won't. And I rip my backpack off and I start pulling up and he's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And he eventually stops and Morgan's sitting there like, who? And didn't say anything.
Morgan expression.
Yeah, she didn't say anything the entire time. So that eventually died down. Colin and Trey would do it every now and then, but it eventually stopped. So
You stop. I'm sorry. I'm just swapping the words out. It's more funny.
So fast forward. We graduated. We've all graduated. After I graduated, I moved back. here.
Why'd you move back here? Tell the audience.
I moved back here for them.
Yeah, that was the best.
That was moving was tough.
Disgusting.
I know. I regret it, but
Yeah, me too.
so that eventually happens, and I come to find out that when I was still going to church, me, Mom, and Jay, we what was he working at? What was it? I think it was McAllister's.
Yep.
I didn't know he was working there, and I had told Jay and I had told my mom about the story, and it was the best because he was my waiter, and that made it even better. And so we sat down finally, and I told him, because they never saw what he looked like, and I told him, I'm like, hey, you guys remember Steven I told you about? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's him. And Jay looks at me, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna mess with him. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. He made Steven redo the order 5 times.
Jeez.
My mom complained to him that the food wasn't good and that he didn't bring it out faster. To him multiple times, and he would stutter, and he was generally nervous, like he needed this job. And I was sitting there eating my meal because what I did at the end it made it so much better. So they gave him a hard time the entire time, and then finally, we paid, we leave, and I looked at him, I'm like, I'll handle the tip. And Jay's laughing because he knows what it is. My mom's stupid. She didn't know what I was doing. So they eventually leave. They drive home, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the tip. I pull out my wallet. I open it up. I pull out a single nickel. I set it down, and then I get the pin and I circle it. I put an arrow and I go nickel. just to emphasize he does. So I get up and I leave, and I was parked in a perfect spot that I can watch. So he comes out. He picks it up. He looks at it. He picks up the nickel. He looks at it and he goes. Just a miserable look on his face.
Jeez.
And he takes the nickel, and then I drive away with a happy face.
Jeez.
That was the last time I've ever seen Steven. I don't know what he's doing now. Probably in jail. But
He's like in California.
He's like a surfer now
oh god.
for NBA.
NBA. What?
Yeah, NBA has surfing competitions now, right?
Does he?
No idea. They have something competitions.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he did get arrested for selling weed at one point. I remember that.
I expect Jay to do that.
Jay, I think
Jay just smokes weed.
Jay would just do all the weed before he could sell it.
I actually liked Jay.
Jay was cool.
Jay was a really chill guy. Part of
Like
Pud. Jay was
our
great.
last
I was friends with Jay.
our last 2 years, like Pud just, I guess they were tired of hanging out with Jay and they kind of just kicked him off to the curb.
Yeah.
So Jay hanged out with us most of the time our last 2 years.
He was actually really fun to talk to.
Do you guys remember why
That
They
was
kicked him out?
no. We asked
It
him.
might have had something to do with that warehouse I broke into.
Like, what happened
Oh
there?
yeah, I remember that.
You
They
broke
bro-
into a warehouse?
No, they.
Oh, I
They
thought you
did.
said
I
me.
said-
I was
no,
like, wow, you're
They
horrible.
broke into some warehouse that was like that, like was
remember that.
abandoned at the time. Or not abandoned, but like no one was there, and they like drove around a forklift, like wasted a whole fire extinguisher, smoked.
I remember the fire extinguisher.
Smoked a bunch of weed and stuff, and I
Really?
think
Yeah.
he was the one
Oh, wow.
who told on them or something. So I think.
Oh,
That's
really?
What, I think.
Who did he tell?
This is Bowman.
Why would she ask?
What's she gonna do?
Because they found the video of the thing, and then they were trying to figure out what they did. And
It was stupid they posted it on Instagram.
Yeah.
That was so stupid because I remember seeing that. I'm like,
So
I knew that was a bad idea right away.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't like rat them out, but he was the one to like give some information about it. So they were like.
So they kind of put 2 to 2 together.
His dad was a cop, so
Yeah.
he was probably more worried about it.
Yeah.
I wonder if his dad knows he smokes.
Probably. I don't know how you could be Jay and not know. Might have said that wrong.
But we did. Pookie, how's your game going?
It's great. And this big monkey just ran from me.
Not
I've been
bad.
watching you fight that monkey for a while.
Well, it's high rank, so it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, you must suck. Nickel.
Oh, this has been a
never
fun
shiny yet, so you
conversation.
just must suck
I have 2 shinies.
of this.
Well, not of this, but
That's what I thought.
We both have. Okay, so we're trying to get
Says the guy spinning
first
in a
3
circle.
starters.
That's
ever.
right.
Trying to get a
We're
starter.
going in
I've been
order.
doing it for how long? An hour, 20 minutes right now.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
About 10 more minutes of this.
Can we not turn on the fan?
No,
Ooh,
the
and
sound muffles the mic.
Oh man,
That's why it's hot in here. That's why I'm making you suffer.
this is
If,
great.
if we weren't videoing right now, I wouldn't make you suffer as much.
Burning calories in a sauna.
That's right. Trying to get you
Fit.
For your workout resume.
resume.
Is that not how it's
No.
Regimen.
Crayon?
Maybe I'm
Resume.
Maybe I'm French.
Are you French?
That's the French way.
No, it's not
Resume.
French. You're just stupid.
Work at the resume.
No, it's trying to be French.
I got an app on my phone.
No, you
It's like 30 days bicep training, 30 days ab training, and it just has each day.
I don't-
biceps.
Dude,
My biceps.
Looks like you're not doing.
I'm on my.
let me see your abs.
I'm on my fit. No.
Why not?
No, I'm not gonna pull.
Come on.
No.
We need the children.
This
need to
is-
see your abs.
You better stop before we get canceled. I'll show you in.
They need a good example of what actively fit looks like.
Oh my god.
Yep, there's my brother playing his loud bass for no reason whatsoever.
That doesn't sound like it's coming from here. It sounds like it's coming from over there.
It is. He's in his car right now.
Yep.
I remember when I used to have that.
That is small pelvis energy.
Elvis.
Pelvis. I couldn't.
Pelvis.
I couldn't say what I was gonna say.
That is Elvis energy.
It's not
He's
weird.
gonna die on the
Pelvis
toilet
energy.
with cancer.
Is that how you die?
Yeah,
he,
he almost died on the toilet.
he overdosed.
He OD'd
Oh.
on the toilet.
Not from cancer.
I wish I could do that.
OD'd sitting on the toilet.
In a flush. In a
Flush,
OD.
flush.
I miss Robin Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you say OD, that's all I can think about when it comes to celebrities.
I'll never forget when that happened. That was a pretty big deal.
Not at the museum.
That and what was his name? Creator of Marvel,
Stanley.
Stan Lee.
That was another big
When
one.
he passed, the world just kind of
I was so sad.
yeah.
I was working at Southwood when that happened.
Oh, yeah, you hadn't gone to Starbucks.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
You used to work at Starbucks.
I
You
used to.
hated it there.
I said Southwood.
I know. That's what I said
Oh, I
before.
can't wait for the vlog to come out. I can't wait to see my face.
The beach vlog.
Yeah.
How long until that's done?
I am like.
It's been
So
almost a
I've-
year.
No, it's been.
It's not been a year. We went
It's
in December. It's been like half a year.
4 months.
Let's see.
Okay.
So if you
Half
got
a
the
year.
whole month of December, it's been December, January, February, March, April, May, June. It has been about 7 months.
So
We're
half-
starting in June, so more like 6 months.
Okay.
Which it took me about
Wait.
6 months to make the first. It took me about 6 months to make Toxical.
Oh, so you're almost done.
No.
No.
He
See,
is not.
I know.
listen, I am officially past the length of Toxical. So if it was the same length as Toxical, it would be posted now. But because this trip was so much longer, it's going to be like 3.5 hours long.
And it had so many people.
We're gonna have to like split this up so like.
It's gonna have 16 parts, and then there's gonna be one part that's all of it together. That's how big this vlog is.
Jesus.
But I will say, the scenes in this vlog are the best scenes I've ever edited.
Do I make more zombie noise?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you're like,
oh great.
There's a scene was you were like, how did I do the noise? And you're like, and I add a little zombie face, and you go, and then I go, and then I put a zombie with like a tongue sticking out. It's like,
Is it the same ones from Plants
and
vs.
then we go back and
Zombies?
forth.
Yeah.
And we go back and forth, back and forth.
First time I ever saw that was great.
But man, I have so many good scenes that I made in that one. I really want everyone to see it.
I really want to see it too.
I'm gonna work on it a lot when I go to Georgia. That way I have.
You're going to Georgia?
Yeah.
When's this?
Every 4th of July.
Oh, family.
Yep. Family reunions up there.
We're gonna have another party without you.
Yeah, most likely.
Sorry.
Well, last year wasn't that good of a party.
You're just saying that because Chris was there.
And like
Oh,
how he
God.
made a woman cry.
Y'all made a...
Oh no! Wait, what happened?
Huh? I don't think I was there for that. Was I?
You were not.
You were not.
No.
It was me,
I was
both
invited, but I
Annas,
wasn't there.
Mike, and Chris.
Y'all made a woman cry? What the...
Let's not get
No,
too
not
much
you.
into the drama, but I
You're
guess
Christian.
we'll like bring up a little bit. Like Chris just would not talk to one of the females there, and that really upset the female. And we don't need to go into more detail.
Oh, I get it now. My bad.
Yeah. Tiny, what's your favorite color?
Well,
now that you ask, it's green.
Green.
Raisin, what's your favorite color crayon to eat?
To eat?
To eat.
Correct answer is yellow.
No, yellow is like the worst one to eat.
That is the worst one.
Better not tell the kids.
I would not eat a green crayon because that one's gonna come out weird.
And you would want to show all of us.
Yeah. Guys, look at this.
Look at my poop. Doesn't look weird, does it?
Look at my doo doo.
Isn't it awesome?
I hated when he asked me to come look at
And
his
every
crap.
single one of you actually came.
One
in
of my
and looked.
favorite memories was when I got my Mandalorian tattoo, and Drew and I were in the bathroom.
That's a fun part of the vlog.
I had to clean it, and he was reading off the instructions, and one of them was like, "Don't use hand soap." And
you already
I had
used hand soap.
and I slowly look at him like, "Oh."
I'm like, you didn't read this, did you?
And I'm like, "No."
There was.
That was great.
I accidentally hit you in the arm.
You hit me in the arm.
felt
I
so
was
bad for that.
so miserable because that hurt so
You
much.
did not feel bad in
Yes,
the
I
vlog.
did.
He
You
did
not feel
He
bad.
felt
in the-
bad. He felt
I
bad.
did
in the
because
vlog.
it was completely accident. I forget what I was reaching to grab something out of the back seat.
And
It was
he-
a fettuccine.
He hit my.
I was trying to reach my fettuccine.
Yeah.
He went back.
That's what he's
hard,
saying
and
in the vlog.
and it wasn't just a little bit. It was like a hand. I was like, oh.
I did not mean to do that.
This was day 2 of it healing, and it was sore.
From what Drew edited, it did not make it seem like you felt bad at all. It was pretty funny.
That's Drew. That's the power of Drew for you.
Hey, I just showed what was recorded.
Shows him apologizing.
I wasn't trying to make it go one political way.
He's apologizing, but Drew mixes up where he puts a laugh instead.
I didn't put a laugh.
No, I'm just saying that's the stuff you do.
It was kind of funny though.
For him.
I didn't have to add much to that to just make it funny.
That was my favorite trip.
That was a really fun trip.
Was that the one where you had bought the little house?
Yeah.
That was such a great
That
trip.
was a
my
fun
favorite
trip.
With
one.
just us.
Maybe we could do a small trip one day.
In the
Like,
summer?
One day.
Why in the summer?
Because the beach has hot babes in the summer. That's why.
My man's trying to get a new girl.
I'm
What are you
kidding.
doing?
I don't know. I feel like, well, October is not bad because it's not like too hot, but it's not too
Oh,
cold.
we're going to October? It's not September anymore?
September.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's
We're going to
September. I thought
September.
it was
First week of September.
Okay.
first week.
Dang, I thought it was
Oh,
October.
wow. Okay. I thought it was October, too. Ooh, that's a pretty
Originally, I was gonna do August because I wanted it closer to the summer since we're jumping out of a plane. I don't want it to be
God, I
too
forgot
cold
we're
while we
doing
jump
that.
out of a plane.
I hate heights.
It's gonna be cold either way.
Dude, you're jumping out of a plane. It's
So
gonna
once
be...
you
Wait,
in the,
you're skydiving at the
once
beach?
you in the Air Force, what?
You're skydiving at the beach?
Not everybody in the Air Force jumps out of a plane, bruh. We're not all flight boys.
Dude, you're so stupid, dude.
He was a pilot at one point.
What?
No, he was not.
You said this so many times, and I've told you no. I was going into pharmaceuticals.
You know why I keep thinking that? 'Cause
Why?
he used to have a drone.
Oh,
in our
Eve?
older
Oh,
videos.
Eve?
Yeah.
I love
Because
you.
he used to fly.
And I called you the pilot.
The pilot.
That's why I keep thinking that you're a pilot.
No, dude. God,
I'm like,
no.
oh, Pat, he's going to the Air Force.
To be a,
He's
it's
already.
actually extremely hard to be a pilot.
You have to have a
I
4-year
almost said
degree.
I almost said pirate.
a pirate.
It's so hard to be a pirate in the Air
Almost
Force.
Angus.
I was trained by the sea, but I have to go in the sky.
My captain's a.
Oh, that was wrong word. I got to censor.
I didn't say it though.
Too close.
Too close. Very
Yank.
close.
My pirate's a. No.
Raisin, what time are we at?
We're about to hit an hour and a half.
Okay.
How much longer do we
So
have to
one
sweat for?
one more batch, and then we're gonna wrap up this episode.
Appetizer.
Applesauce.
This applesauce. We're gonna wrap up this applesauce
So
now.
you're jumping out of a plane at the beach
We-
while we're there.
we are
I am not
We are
jumping out of a
jumping
plane.
We are all
Dude, you need to
jumping
do
out
it
of a
with
plane.
us.
Skydiving,
You
but it's
are-
so expensive.
I'm
It's
gonna-
not that expensive.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
You
Or
make
from
20
you.
something.
it's
an
like
hour.
$100/$200.
What if we all die?
Well, then it was great.
Well then.
Then it'll be called the Tragical Beach Trip, and
You
one of
won't
y'all.
be able to edit it. We'll all be
Someone,
dead.
someone's gonna edit it. We're not all jumping out at the same
We're
time.
not all gonna die. It's just gonna be one of us.
Like we're gonna have.
Maybe.
I'm gonna.
As long as one of you two don't
Vlog
die,
it.
so y'all can edit, because I can't edit. I would just post
Why
it.
would-
I would just post it raw.
Post it raw. Just no music.
Edit.
Just-
Just like
it's gonna be like eight.
gonna be like-
It's gonna be 8 hours long, and there's gonna be us like playing video games.
no,
at
it's
one
all
point.
just gonna be separate videos. Like
It's gonna be set in like 30-minute increments. and,
YouTube Shorts.
and I'm gonna be so lazy. I'm gonna just say Down in My Bros Part 1.
part 2, part 3, it
Part
goes
3,
all the way to
part
like
4.
part 179.
Where we all die.
Where we all... You're not gonna jump out of a plane with us,
Oh,
dude?
no.
I am terrified of heights, and I'm still gonna do it.
Dude, I am absolutely terrified as well. Like when I watch movies of people jumping out of a plane and remember that I'm going to do that, like there's this part of me that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Dude,
freak
I'm not
out.
Dude,
scared.
some of those.
I'm not scared either. I just don't know if I want to do it.
Some
I'm
of the
not scared.
some of the attendants that like they help you usher out into the plane are like aggressive.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok video of when an usher was waiting by the door, and there was two chicks that were jumping out, and one chick she just goes for it. It wasn't her first time, but her friend like latches death grips onto the thing, and he's trying to push her. So
Well,
he
you have to be
he
aggressive.
reaches
You have to,
forward,
because
grabs both of her hands, and uses his knee and shoves her by the
if
butt.
you miss
Well, yeah,
if
if
you
you
miss your
resist,
timing, you'll miss the drop.
I just thought it was hilarious how
Yeah, you
aggressive he was.
You have to jump at a very certain time. If you miss that time slot, like that could really mess up where you land at.
Yeah,
You could like land at a tree instead of like the actual drop zone.
I think
Find Tiny hiding.
there was a
around.
video long ago, I think, of people diving, like the plane, just its wings like got
He
destroyed.
got hit by another plane.
Yes, I think I've seen
They
that.
they all
video.
live though.
Yeah, they all lived.
That was
I
a crazy video.
don't know what happened.
They were flying, and another plane, I guess, wasn't paying attention
Yes,
or
and
came
it
out of
hit 'em.
nowhere and literally rammed into the side of them.
How do you have
And
that big of a-
everybody's just falling into the plane with their parachutes on, and they were just like, "What?" And they just all jumped and left, and you could see the plane just going,
Yeah,
just
it was
crashing
just
in the
falling.
distance.
Yeah, that was so crazy. I was wondering if they lived through
We have
that.
all this sky, and you got to hit
I
my
read in
plane.
the comments. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read in the comments that they all live. So
Okay. Because I didn't know if they had parachutes on.
yeah, I'm sure the plane people.
Yeah, well, it was a parachuting trip, so yeah.
I mean, the one I watched, they put like a sound clip of like Call of Duty or something.
No.
It's like so they.
They
It was
always
like
do that.
I'm like this. It looked like a scene from a video game, but it was real life. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Tragedy.
I'm not
There
scared.
goes gravity.
I'm not scared to jump out of a plane like now.
When you
Yeah.
get there
Ask
and you're
me-
standing
ask
and
me
looking
again.
down,
Ask
when
me again in
you're gonna
September.
be terrified. But
Yeah.
we're all probably gonna have like a really big dude strapped to all of us. So
Oh yes.
we're gonna be our feet are gonna be dangling. He's just gonna lead us off
We're not.
because that's how they
He's
do
gonna
it.
be 8 foot
'Cause-
tall.
Well, that's how they do
Most
it.
of them are ex-military.
Yeah,
and
if
a bunch
you
of
if
jumps,
you've
so-
never jumped out of a plane, they will assign a person to you.
Oh yeah.
Buddy system because people will panic and
And-
pass out and they're supposed to keep you calm while you're falling.
Someone I know who did go skydiving, they said they have a backup parachute for their parachute. If
Yeah.
their real parachute
They
doesn't,
have there's a
deploy.
cutaway and reserve chute. So there's your main chute, and if that doesn't fail, then you pull a cord and it cuts away your main parachute. It like completely gets
Yeah.
rid of it because if you pull the reserve
You just spit.
and
all
your
over me.
if you pull the reserve
It's not
and
the
your
first
main chute is still in the way, your reserve chute will fail too. 'cause
Yeah,
it'll hit
yeah,
the old
right.
one.
Not the first time you spit on me.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
god.
excited to jump out of a plane.
I mean, I'm excited too. It's gonna make some great footage.
I just watched a video the other day. I was on my YouTube that showed a guy jumping out of a space shuttle from outer space.
Yep, the Red Bull guy.
Yeah, he jumped from space.
Red Bull does crazy
and he
stuff.
just
dude.
fell to Earth.
I think I've seen that too. That was a pretty good one.
It was a
He
space
was-
jump, yeah.
Yeah, he was spinning at like ridiculous speeds, and he made it.
What a guy.
They're like,
Have
hey,
you seen the
they're-
guys who jump out without a parachute and they land in a giant net?
Oh,
I think I have seen that. Yeah.
I forgot who it was.
How do you aim?
So you it's all math. You just jump
It's
out.
all
it's-
math.
It's all math.
I'm
Yeah.
not thinking of math when I'm up that high.
You know, I'm
jump out
falling
of
at
the
Mach
same
1.
thing.
I
I
got
barely
this.
think of it when I'm down on the ground.
Yeah.
Like he jumps out and then you just aim like you do if you had a parachute on. And you just hit the
They jump
net
out from a plane or from space?
from a plane. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like skydiving, but they don't have a parachute on. They just land in a giant net that's like the size of a football field,
Oh, that's fair.
and it's like super high at the
But
end.
yeah, the guy that jumped out of the space shuttle, he was just he was just falling.
Yep.
And, he was like on his back, and he was just spinning at a rapid speed.
helicopter,
And
helicopter.
it literally and it showed his mileage, and he hit Mach 1 while falling.
Oh my gosh.
And in the video, even though it's silent because he's in space and there's no sound in space, but once he hits the atmosphere, you could hear the of the boom. And then he finally slows down to like 100 miles per hour and he deploys his chute. And the guy's like, "Congratulations, you did it!" And then in the background, you hear, "Send the med team."
Jesus.
I could jump out of a plane, but I could not jump from a space shuttle.
Tiny, if all three of us do it and you don't, you're gonna be like one of the main
You're
gonna
people
make
from the
wussy.
beach trips
I'm gonna
that
make
don't do it.
so much fun of you.
So much fun.
Because I expect you to be like.
I thought you would.
Yes.
I thought you would totally. Be
I thought you'd
for
be
it.
excited for it, not scared of it.
I'm not scared of it.
You're scared of it.
You're scared.
I'm literally not scared. I could
Then why don't you do it?
Because I just don't find it interesting.
Well, we find it interesting that you're gonna do it, so you're gonna do it.
It's only gonna take a few hours of the day. You'll be
I
fine.
know it doesn't take long.
You're gonna fall for about 10 minutes,
No,
and
you
that's
gotta
it. Your
go
day's
through
over.
a whole bunch of courses and pack.
You don't gotta go through
shoes.
courses if you're doing it the first time.
Yeah, you do. They make you.
They
sit
they
through
do a little
stuff.
training
Yeah,
thing,
you
but it's
have to
not that
train.
long.
It's not
It's-
like,
I saw Drake and Josh. I know what to
it's
do.
not like
Yeah.
a whole training, like 8-day
You gotta
regimen.
squat, you
it's
gotta
fine.
pray, you gotta leap, you gotta then you gotta touchdown. That's SPLAT.
And you gotta stay conscious.
That's nice.
You don't have to stay conscious.
If you're doing it solo, yes.
I
We're
mean,
not doing
we're not
it.
doing it solo.
I know.
They won't allow us to do it solo.
You can do it solo,
You have
Mr.
to- you
Pilot.
have to be
if you
certified.
want
Yeah.
to.
Mr. Pilot.
I'll tell my phone planes. This is easy.
You have
All
to
right.
be certified for that.
Guys, we're gonna wrap it off
That
here.
is true. You do.
That was Pack and Tiny.
Wait.
You got that backwards.
I'm tiny.
Tiny
now.
and
Tiny.
Pack.
No.
I hope you
if
enjoyed
he's
having
tiny,
these
then
guys.
I'm Dr. Who.
Yeah, I got a tattoo
I'm
of Pack
Raisin.
on me.
I'm Dit.
Yeah.
And he's Wick.
Okay.
And he's the Dick Wicks. And you're the. There we go.
This is so awkward.
There we go.
Subscribe and like. We do egg videos every Sunday. Watch
Don't
our other
fart.
videos. Don't fart. We're all sharing on the same couch.
Well, shall we?
We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See ya.